Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Channel Dad Bryon Lape Reads, the ongoing saga of an old man trying to read things he can't understand. And here we have from Muscle and Fitness. Now, this is not from the hers section. I actually had a couple things from the hers section. This is just from the general section. 5 tips to lose the quarantine 15 in time for summer. So this was about people who didn't get moving around, didn't do all the home workouts and things like that. Now the gyms are opening and stuff like, the different things. The people are going back to their lives, sort of. Very, very slowly, unfortunately. We still have people in our way. So this is by Emmie Satrazemis. RD, I don't know what any of that means. So let's find out. So we have a young lady sitting, it looks like is this a laundromat? No, it's a kitchen, dumbass. Okay. Eat like you train. All right, that's interesting. If you're like most of us who've cooped up inside without access to a gym and full access to unlimited snacks, you might have noticed your pants fitting a little tighter. Yeah, I have noticed that. So while we can't snap our fingers and race the pounds, let's just get on to it, as it were. Track your food intake. This is something I used to do religiously with MyFitnessPal, actually. I wouldn't weigh it as much as that, but track your weight loss and fat loss, for that matter, ultimately boils down to calorie control. Maybe. Yes, food choices matter, but it's impossible to lose weight unless you're eating less calories. That has been disproven so many times. Okay. This is Muscle and Fitness. I expect them to be in the old stuff. Iron Man magazine had articles disproving this back in the 90s. Okay. It's all about the carbs. I'm sorry, Rip. I'm sorry to people who do not understand. It's all about the carbs you're taking in, and how you take them, when you take them, and what your workouts are. If you're running 10 miles a day, your glucose intake needs to be a lot higher than someone just lifting weights. But someone lifting weights needs more protein and needs more fats. So anyway, the easiest way to get your calorie dial back is by tracking your daily intake. Also, cheap carbs. If you drop the sugar, it's amazing what happens. Your daily food, okay, one of the best ways to hold yourself accountable and learn exactly, okay. Most nutrition tracking apps will give you daily calorie and macro goal for weight loss. Check out this free TDEE calculator. I don't want to look at it because it's probably stupid. I'll probably be more upset. So up your protein intake. This also has been shown to be correct. Now this has been shown to be correct numerous times. A lot of people think too much protein, your kid baloney. Outside of paying attention to how much you are eating each day, increase your intake of protein, and a calorie deficit is thought to help curb hunger. It does, but not as much as fats. Good fats curb your hunger a lot more. And I used to eat low fat for years, and I was always hungry. As soon as I started drop the carbs and increase my fat intake, it was different. And it also, to me, it depends on the protein source. If I eat a chicken breast, which is, I think, 4 grams per ounce of protein, it's far different than if I go and take a protein shake with 50 grams of protein in it. It also depends on the type of protein and how hard your body has to work to digest it. And that's also why this is baloney. If you use if you eat denser foods, and your body has to burn more energy to get to the calories, that makes a difference. This is why sugar and very simple carbs are so bad, because your body doesn't have to do anything. So there's where the actual deficit needs to be, not in just counting calories, understanding the sources. And it's not impossible to lose weight. I in the past, especially when I was coming off other things, I actually have lost weight and eating far more calories than I was taking in. And a lot of body fat too. So don't just settle for any protein enriched processed food. And processed food is also horrible. Opt for whole food sources like lean meats. Forget it. Fatty meats. You want good fats, plant-based options. Skip the plant-based options completely. They are a detriment to weight loss. Soy in particular. All right, let's go on. Let's see how much more I disagree with. Plan your menu in advance. Now, this is important, and this works better. You don't have to have 100%, but if you know some of your main meals, what you're going to be doing a few days in advance, it does help with the meal prep. And this is where following a guide can be good. You know, someone who's tailored something for you, or available based on your what your goals and everything are, and it says, okay, here's some meals and things like that. Not a sort, you know, not a service necessarily that's sending you food, but something that's giving you ideas. But I'm not going to read that. And then skip the booze. Yeah, people don't understand how much that does for things. The people talk about the alcohol and the calories. Well, your body turns the alcohol back into sugar from the brain, and this is why you end up with problems in your liver eventually. And it can be a lot of calories you're not aware that you're taking. Plus, again, we're back to sugar. It's amazing how often we get back to sugar. So I'm going to go on. Number 5, move more. Now, there is some truth here, but you have to be understanding with steady state cardio, it's actually counterproductive to fat loss, unless you're extremely obese. Exercise tends to be one of the first things we reach when it's time to get back into shape, but it's not the only way to burn calories. In fact, you can lose weight without exercising as long as you maintain overall caloric control. Again, this calorie nonsense. I mean, there's some truth there. I mean, I don't want to say poo-poo it completely, but it's not the main cause. Unless you're eating, like 10,000 calories a day and you're just sitting on your couch. But again, you find, unless people have some kind of hormonal imbalance and some problem with some of their organs and things, it's the sugar, stupid. And it's amazing how bad that is. This is where I agree with Dr. Lustig on that. All types of movement, not just the hour you spend in the gym. If you spend an hour in the gym, you're probably wasting at least 30 minutes. When you think about it, workouts only represent a small portion of your day. Yep. So yeah, and this is the thing. And I've done articles, and I'll try and link to the videos. I've done videos, I should say. I've read articles about, just getting up, walking around. A lot of us are working from home, and it's just easy to just, walk. I was talking to a guy the other day, and he was telling me years ago when he started working from home, he talked to an advisor about it. Somebody was an entrepreneur, I should say. And he said, look, here's what you do. You're working from home. You got your office. In particular, when it's really handy if like you got a spare bedroom or something where you can like go and close the door and just seal yourself off as if you're not there. He said, not only just shower, because I do the thing. I shower, I dress, I do that. He said, do all that. Get in your car, drive around the block, because that action of leaving the house can really help put you in the right mindset. If you may not have your sweating, like hit workout. See, again, steady state cardio can be, but this is why walking tends to be more effective for people than jogging. Because jogging, you do burn calories and all that. You get moving, you have some other benefits, but the steady state cardio gets your cortisol levels up, which increases your estrogen, which increases your fat storage. Whereas walking gives you, especially brisk walking, gives you that cardiovascular pieces without the side effect of increasing your cortisol by a significant amount. So there we go. So some things I agree with, some things I don't. Some of this is very old information that has been debunked repeatedly. I'm sure someone in the comments will tell me they know it hasn't. Then bring your research. I used to believe all this, okay? And then I did more. The more research I started doing about 15 years ago, I started going, wait a minute, this isn't quite the case, and this isn't quite the case. And I didn't understand why. And it took me a while to, eventually I did like paleo and stuff like that. And that's when I actually increased my calories and dropped 10 pounds in like 3 weeks. And then I started to increase my weight, but it was all mostly muscle, because my body fat kept going down, and my body fat was going down faster than the increase in weight would have, proportionately if things remain the same. So there you go. Some good tips and some not so good tips that I'm not surprised. Registered dietitian, that's what the RD. This is the crap that they teach in many dietary schools. This has been debunked. This is good. That's good. That's good. And this is good. Just stay away from the steady state unless you absolutely have to. But sometimes you have to start at steady state and then work toward other things, but hit the weights, as soon as you can. Even if you have to do it from a sitting position, the weights will do more than anything else. All right. Thank you very much for stopping by. What do you think of this? Do you like the suggestions? Don't like them? You don't like my editorial comments? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for sharing, and we will see you later. Goodbye. Yeah. Okay. Levels look good. And a little bit more on the out. Just for me though. Just on the monitor. Yep. All right. Thank you. 3, 2, 1.